Welcome back to the Final K. Hello, hello. We're here for stage 6 of the Vuelta España. 38 kilometers to go. Apologies, I'm a tad bit late. It's the stage I am most excited for. I can't wait to see how this next climb goes. We actually do have a breakaway, which, I mean, I'm as shocked as yourself probably. I didn't expect there to be a breakaway and to get this far. There's a 2 minute and 8 second gap from the breakaway to the peloton. It's all kicking off in the breakaway. I'm trying to get back to my live feed because I forgot to fill out the points jersey when last night for what it was looking like today, and my PCS isn't working now. So for the riders that are involved in the break, Wout van Aert was involved in the break, but he's been caught now, unfortunately. But there are 15 riders in this break. There's been splits. There's currently a split at the moment with Andreas Kron and someone from Bahrain. It's either Peo Bilbao or Buitrago, but those two have broke off the front of the breakaway. We pan back to the peloton now, where it is the can you guess what team's riding at the front full gas? It is UAE team Emirates. They've got Tadej Pogačar plus 5 others, one rider behind Tadej Pogačar, 4 in front of him, and the whole peloton is it's fairly lined out. They're not really a big bunch. There's a smallish bunch, and then it sort of lines out towards the back. But it is UAE putting in the work here, trying to bring this breakaway back. But the breakaway is not giving up. I was going to go through the 15 riders that are involved in this breakaway. I'm getting ahead of myself, but they're going to get caught. But we've got Carlos Canal of Movistar. We've got Thomas Gulag of Q36.5, Peo Bilbao and Santiago Buitrago of Bahrain, Patrick Conrad at Little Trek, Ramses De Bruyne at Alpecin, George Bennett at NSN. We've got Gar Fioli at Soudal Quickstep, Andreas Kron at Uno X, Vincenzo Albanese of EF Education. We've got Welch at Tudor Pro Cycling, Jose Manuel Diaz at Burgos, Lars Kraps at Lotto Intermarché. We've got Limerez at Picnic Post, and then we've got Barada at Kern Pharma. So that is what it is currently looking like. Hello to everyone in the chat as well. As soon as I go live, they go to an ad break. Hopefully it's the last ad break of the day. But hello Empty, hello Shelley, Breakaway, and Kat, hello, and Rubber as well, and everyone else who isn't involved in the chat. Hello to yourselves. But yeah, I was gonna talk about something, and I can't remember what I was gonna talk about. What was it? It was the GC. It was. That's the stage in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Let's go. Let's go indeed. I'm excited to see how this climb plays out. It is like I've said, and I will probably be repeating it until we hit it. It is the climb that I've been looking at. As soon as I seen the Vuelta's thing, I thought this climb's going to be a good one. I want to see how it goes. I want to see attacks. I want to see splits. I want to see. I mean, obviously Tadej Pogačar is going to go solo at some point, but I'm talking about the battle for second here. I'm hoping for I'm just hoping for Onley, Roglic, Mas, Gal, all to just start throwing haymakers at each other, even though we're still only on stage 6. But someone could get a puncture. It could kick everyone else into gear. A few attacks could fly out. Obviously, I don't want anyone getting a puncture and that being the reason that they're not fighting for the podium anymore. That would be a bit. That wouldn't be good, put it that way. But yeah, we've still got about 10-ish, actually less than 10 kilometers until this climb. Now, after the climb, there's a descent of about 10-ish kilometers, and then, towards the top, there's like a small descent down before they hit the top. It's like within like the final kilometer of the climb, they like sort of descend down and then go uphill slightly. So they will. And then they descend down to the bottom, and then it is flat to the finish. Fortunato rests his legs for the polka dot again. I know I'm actually surprised Fortunato's not in this breakaway. I thought he would have fancied his chances for some of the polka dot jersey points, because there's Santiago Buitrago. Oh, Santiago Buitrago. Well, sorry, Fortunato got second in the first climb, so he picked up 3 points. But Buitrago takes 5, 3, and 3. Buitrago's picking up a few points here. That he is definitely one to keep an eye on for that polka dot jersey run. But him and Peo Bilbao in this breakaway, my prediction for the stage, obviously is Tadej Pogačar, but I thought I would give a prediction in case it went to a breakaway, and I went for Tobias Allen Johannesson, but he's not in the breakaway. So if I had to pick one of these riders to go on to win the stage, I'd probably be looking at Peo Bilbao. But there was someone that dropped though. It was Peo Bilbao, because when when Wout van Aert initially dropped off, when he first dropped on the last climb they did there, the Category 2 climb, he was alongside Pello Bilbao. So is Pello Bilbao struggling, or is he not? Did PCS update who that was with? Oh, well, that was Pello Bilbao with Andreas Kron that attacked off the front of the breakaway. So maybe he still does have something in the legs. Hello Lynn, hello Jacob as well. I think I already read one of your chats, but I forgot to say hello. But hello nonetheless. That is what the GC is looking like. Obviously, there was no changes in the GC from yesterday because we had. Oh, Rob Hatch just said the magic words: uninterrupted coverage. 33 kilometers to go. Oh, sorry, 33.9. Like if you're looking for precise measurements, like. But I'm going to change it to 30 on the screen because I'll forget to. That is what the GC is looking like at the moment on your screen on the right-hand side. No changes in it. Like I said, we had Matthew Brennan with the absolute unreal train of Visma Lease bike. That is just... I put a video up on Instagram and TikTok if you didn't see it, but I just pretty much went on to say that Visma Lease bike are a really strong team. They're a force to be reckoned with in this Vuelta España, and definitely, I mean... It is. It's going to be scary for all of the other, hilly, versatile, flat stages when Matthew Brennan has Christophe Laporte and Wout van Aert in front of him. It's just like what is what are you meant to do? What are you meant to do in a situation like that? Because if Matthew Brennan isn't feeling it, Wout van Aert can sprint. If Wout van Aert isn't feeling it, Christophe Laporte can sprint. So you've got three options, and all three work together brilliantly in a lead out. But hello, Cramden. Hello, Steve. Hello. And as always, if you're new, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe as well. It's greatly appreciated. I've still forgot to change my subscriber count in the top left. I think it's like 1,045. So it's greatly appreciated for all those numbers. It still says 1,026 for me, but I would change it now. But I'm sort of focused on the race, so that is where it's at. Do they have the virtual? There's the virtual KOM. Where's the virtual points? There we go. So the virtual points classification. Well, this is what it was looking like before the start of the stage. So that on the right hand side of your screen, that is how it was looking. And like I said, I was talking about Visma Lease bike. They have three guys in the top five for the points jersey. Matthew Brennan sat in second with 60. Well, he's not anymore, but Christophe Laporte and Wout van Aert there as well. The virtual classification now is Matthew Brennan, Ethan Hayter, and Christophe Laporte all drop down one place. Wout van Aert, however, he moves up into second place as he won the intermediate sprint today. So he's now sat on 69 points. I think we're looking at I think Matthew Brennan's going to get the points in the stages. Wout van Aert's going to get the points built up in the breakaway, and I think Visma are going for the points classification at two different angles. Are they going to spread it too thin? Maybe if they really want to nail this points jersey, should they send Matthew Brennan on the breakaway, or should they have Wout van Aert sprint for the stages? Because yes, they're going to accumulate a lot of points together, but at the end of the day, you can't add them points together. It's individual, so maybe they should look at sending Matthew Brennan in the breakaway in some stages, or maybe if Wout van Aert's in a good position, Wout van Aert should be sprinting. But we're obviously just gonna have to wait and see how it plays out for this for Visma Lease bike here. But I think we're closing in on the climb. The climb itself, I mean, 9.4 kilometers long, has an average of 7% on the climb. It doesn't really start kicking up. Well, the first 1.5 kilometers, you're talking 3-5%. Then the next couple kilometers after that, you're in the red sections with 6 to 8%, closing in on 9% actually. Then we've got a couple kilometers where it eases off slightly at around 6%. Well, I wouldn't really say it's easing off, but it eases off just a tad. And then, from 5 kilometers into the climb to the end of the climb, it is just full pace. Or not full pace. It's just. Good luck. Good luck if you're on that climb. Just good luck to you, because it goes red, and then for 1, 2, 3, 4 kilometers. 2 kilometers. Sorry, it's in 500 meter segments. For 2 kilometers, you're looking at 12%, 10%, 13, 12. And it's not even on like tarmac road, asphalt road. It's on gravel, dirt. I'm pretty. Someone told me it's the. Sorry, hold up. I need to get something sent off here quickly on my phone, but going round and roundabout, no issues. I think someone said to me that the gravel sector on this climb is close to the Monte Santa Maria in the Strada Bianchi, I believe. They said it's close to it, so I will take their word for it. If that's what they believe it is like, that's what it just builds my excitement even more for that. Tadej Pogacar he's gonna blow it to pieces, but Sorry, I just need to send something off here, so I am sort of trying to multitask at the moment. Where's this? This is the breakaway. Sorry, I thought it was the back of the peloton. The breakaway. I tell you what, the breakaway aren't doing. I mean, it's Santiago Buitrago going for the stage. Well, I wouldn't say going for the stage, but he's definitely going to go for the 10 points on the climb, and it looks as though they are about to hit this climb. If we look at the guys in this breakaway, I mean, Pello Bilbao is currently leading out Santiago Buitrago. So he is. So I'm expecting a Santiago Buitrago attack with those 10 points in mind. I mean, George Bennett, I think he'd be pretty good on this climb as well. Patrick Conrad, maybe. Ramses De Bruyne, I think he's the closest one on GC at the moment, but I don't know how he is in the high mountains, especially on a mountain like this. But he's 4 minutes and 44 seconds down on GC at the moment. But yeah, I'm looking at is Carlos Canal. You could maybe add Carlos Canal into it, but I'm looking at Santiago Buitrago, George Bennett, Patrick Conrad. I'm looking at those types of riders. Here's the peloton right bend. The gaps went down. It was 2:11. Now it's 1 minute and 38 seconds. So it is. I thought there was a crash there. No, there was not. Thankfully, no crash there. No crash there. Where? Right, sorry. I was just waiting for something to load there on my phone. There we go. I'm back. 8.9 kilometers. So the breakaway has hit the climb. Peloton is 1 minute and 35 seconds down. Uno X, Red Bull, UAE Team Emirates, they're at the front of the peloton at the moment. Actually, UAE are sort of split. Their team's sort of split. They've got a rider on the left-hand side of the road, and they've got their team on the right. Trying to figure out who that was at the... Oh, there's Wout van Aert. He's at the back of the peloton himself, so I think we're going to see Wout van Aert here drop, and there he's dropped. Wout van Aert's day's done. So is, what do you call him again from Astana? How do you pronounce his name? Mulebran of Astana and Wout van Aert, they both dropped together. They're gone. The peloton, I'm assuming if the breakaway's on the climb, I'm assuming the peloton is on the climb now as well. Like I said, the first 1.5 kilometers aren't steep, and then it starts to slowly but surely kick up. We're in a feed zone just before the climb actually does start to kick up, so I think we're closing in on it now for the peloton. And I was talking about the points jersey, the KOM jersey, the virtual KOM jersey. I think Santiago Buitrago moves up into third for it with 11 points, with Fortunato still in second on 13 points. Because he got 3 today. So Fortunato's in second with 13, Buitrago in third with 11, and Tadej Pogačar in first with 23. But yeah, I'll go back to the GC. I forgot to find the favourites for today's stage, so I did, but I mean, you can sort of guess who the favourites are. It's the guys in the GC. Everyone in that top 10 will be a favourite for today's stage, but Tadej Pogačar will be head and shoulders above everyone else as a favourite. So they will. But there is Pello Bilbao's job done. He drops off the back. He's gone. It's now down to Santiago Buitrago. Is he at the front? I believe so. I think it's Santiago Buitrago dragging this breakaway up the climb. We pan back to the peloton, and it's still UAE at the front. If Pogačar wins today, stage 6, and 7, 9, 12, 14, 19, and 20, maybe and potentially stage 18 in the individual time trial, he will have 242 points for green. That is going to be hard to beat. That is going to be very hard to beat, but that is how do I pronounce your name? Blubby Blub. Is that I want to give you a shout out for calculating that, but Blubby Blub is it doesn't seem fair to call you that. Brendan, I really appreciate your eloquent and precise play-by-play. Best way to follow it without watching. Appreciate it, Brendan. I appreciate it. If you're new as well, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. I'll be live again tomorrow and the next day, live all the way up until stage. I keep forgetting the stage, but it's next Thursday is the final stage I'll be live for. But I'll be live for every single stage from now until then. So subscribe, stay up to date, get involved in the chat, and all that lovely stuff. But we are getting some movement here in the breakaway with Andreas Kron and Lars Kraps both attacking out of the breakaway. both riders I did not mention. So, I mean, that's me being proved wrong here. But I mean, Lars Kraps, Andreas Kron, who's dropping now? Who is that dropping? That is looking like Carlos Canal. Carlos Canal's losing the wheel, so he is for Movistar. And we're also losing, it looks like Thomas Gloag of Q36.5, and I think Patrick Conrad is dropping as well. So we're losing riders in the breakaway one by one. Santiago Buitrago, he doesn't seem phased by the fact that Andreas Kron and Lars Kraps have attacked him. He's still at the front of, you know, the second part of the breakaway. He was sat down. He is now out of the saddle. Ramses de Bruyne is on his wheel. He's got 4 riders with him, including Ramses de Bruyne. George Bennett's drops there. There's 2 of the guys. There's 2 of the guys I was talking about dropped already. Maybe I'm living in the past slightly, saying, you know, George Bennett is 36 and Patrick Conrad is 34, but I still held out a bit of hope for them. There's Welch of Tudor Pro Cycling. He is dropped as well. I also just wanted to quickly, because I did see at the start of the day that Josh Tarling abandoned the race, and I mean, the fact he even showed up and he's rode 5 stages, I mean, he has my utmost respect, and I mean, I tip my hat to him for doing the 5 stages. I really wanted him to win stage 1. He unfortunately didn't win stage 1, but he stuck it out for 5 stages, and he has now unfortunately abandoned. So, I mean, fair play to Josh Tarling for even doing that. That takes some gut, and it takes it takes some gut. So fair play to you. And we also have Marco Balocchi abandoning the race as well, which is unfortunate for EF Education and potentially unfortunate for Carapaz and his GC hopes. But I mean, we will see how that plays out for Carapaz. I don't really think. Well, I mean, actually, to be fair, Carapaz, he was one of the only riders with a teammate left in stage 4. So it was. He was one of the only riders left, and it was the rider called, and I can't remember his name. That's great. Where's EF Education? No, there they are. The Juan Felipe Rodriguez rider. So maybe he could have used Marco Balocchi in some stage, but he's unfortunately abandoned as well. Someone from Visma Leaseback just dropped there from the peloton, that being Jürgen Nordhagen. So it looks as though Seb Kuss is GC Seb Kuss for this. And I mean, for his 3rd Grand Tour this year, this is brilliant from Seb Kuss. This is very, very good from Seb Kuss. Yet again, I know I'm getting ahead of myself. We're only on stage 6, but the fact that Visma Leaseback went right, Nordhagen, yes, it is your first Grand Tour, but we're going for Seb Kuss here, even though he's done the Giro d'Italia and the Tour de France. They have a lot of faith in Seb Kuss here. It looks as though Jay Vine is at the front of the peloton at the moment for UAE team Emirates, and I think he's only got 1 or 2 teammates left. Tadej Pogačar. Who is this from? Simon Dalby and Baumann, Jay Cohen and OX riders. They both dropped from the peloton. I mean, the peloton is just disappearing. It's going and it's gone. It is who's this now from Visma Leaseback? Bruno Amaral, he's gone. Who's that from Movistar? Ivan Romeo's gone. Oh dear. I had a lot of high hopes for Ivan Romeo, but did Sepp drop? No, Sepp hasn't dropped yet. It was Jürgen Nordhagen of Visma Leaseback I was talking about that was dropping, but Seb Kuss is still here. He's still here. Little Trek director wasn't happy with the team and how they were supporting Skelmose. Well, I tell you what, Skelmose was very good in stage 4, and I mean, we seen him in the Tour de France. He was really good in the Tour de France. Yes, he got stage 6 and, you know, all that. But when you actually look at the performances Skelmose pulled off when he came back and helped. Well, sorry, not when he came back. When Juan Ayuso dropped and he hit the limit, Skelmose caught up to him and still dragged him to the finish with Quinn Simmons. Skelmose was just brilliant. So he was in the Tour de France, and he's carrying it on into the Vuelta. Yes, he's not going to be as sharp because he's just done the Tour de France of his life. But even when he was even on the flat in stage 4, he brought back Jarno Vidar himself, Carapaz and Mühlberger brought them back together. And then he was like the first to crack. But I've still got high hopes for Skelmose here. The gap is currently 1 minute and 12 seconds from the peloton to the breakaway. The breakaway is there's Albanese of EF Education. He's dropped. The breakaway is now down to 7 riders. 7 riders remain. Yeah, Tadej Pogačar's only got 2 teammates left. Jay Vine, don't know who the one is behind Jay Vine though. Is it Joao Almeida? I will be shocked if it is. Oh, no. Jarno Vidar's struggling. He's the last man at the back of the peloton. Not what you wanted to see. He's currently sat 9th in GC, 4:06 down. But Jarno Vidar, come on, he's gonna grab a ball here. He gets the ball. He's obviously not that cooked that he's able to grab the bottle, but he is currently sat last in the peloton at the moment. Hopefully he's able to move through, weave his way up towards the front again. But I was talking about the 7 riders still remaining in this breakaway. Santiago Buitrago, Ramses de Bruyne, Garfioli, Andreas Kron, Jose Manuel Diaz, Lars Kraps, and Urko Barada. If any of those are pronounced wrong, I apologise. But 1 minute and 7 seconds. Jay Vine, I tell you what, he's putting in some performance. Some performance here at the front of the peloton. Who is that? There's Jay Vine. Jay Vine flicks the elbow. Pablo Torres, it's his time to shine for Tadej Pogačar. This is where you prove your worth to Dictator Pogačar, and Jay Vine flicks the elbow. His day's done, and is now up to Pablo Torres to bring this breakaway back and for Tadej and to launch Tadej Pogačar. There's Thomas Gloag of Q36.5. He's going to get caught here by the peloton. Vine's done early. It was a good ride, but still a bit early for me. Well, I mean, I think UAE have been doing quite a lot today in trying to bring this breakaway back, because they had, how many did I say? I think they had about 5 or 6 riders around Tadej Pogačar before the start of the climb, and once they hit the front of that, or the start of that climb, it just completely disappeared down to 2. So I think the UAE squad has done a lot today. Could that play a factor as the week goes on? Something to think about. Is the UAE team feeling it already? It's down to Pablo Torres, though. He's the only rider left. I mean, Felix Gall, he should have Mühlberger left. I think he's got a couple teammates left. Let me have a look. Behind Tadej Pogačar is Roglic. Only has a teammate in front of him. Gall is also there. Enric Mas. Behind Gall is one of his teammates. Carapaz is also still involved. Is that Carapaz? I can't tell. No, Carapaz does have a teammate with him. 4.4 kilometers until the top of the climb. We're getting close. We're getting close to this gravel bit. We're getting close to it. Oh. Still the same 7. The lucky 7 in this breakaway. I'm waiting for an attack out of it, to be honest. I'm waiting for a Santiago Buitrago attack, because I think we are going to see Santiago Buitrago go for the KOM now, because he's seemed pretty confident in today's stage in it. Peloton now is down to about 15 riders. 15 riders remain in and around that for the peloton. 4.2 kilometers to the top of the climb for the breakaway. 24.9 kilometers in just overall to go that's for the breakaway. And we've got a gap of 47 seconds. So Pablo Torres is doing his job. He's doing Tadej Pogačar proud and bringing this breakaway back. Ramses de Bruyne now, he's at the front of the breakaway. He's out of the saddle. He's giving his effort. Andreas Kron sat in second wheel. Garfioli's in fourth. Santiago Buitrago is in third. There's 2 more riders slowly dropping. Lars Kraps. We're losing riders in the breakaway here. Lars Kraps struggling to hang on. I think Diaz as well is struggling to hang on. Don't know where Barada is. I mean, I think he's completely disappeared. But we could be dropping down here to the Fantastic Four. Who is that dropping for Decathlon? Someone from Decathlon is dropping. That's Callum Scottson. There's a couple of the stragglers from the breakaway being swept up by the peloton now. There's Patrick Conrad, George Bennett, Carlos Canal, and Tadej Pogačar's on his own. He's got no teammate with him, and he's going. Tadej Pogačar seated, and he's gone. But Pablo Torres is going, or I can't even speak. Pablo Torres has disappeared. Tadej Pogačar, he's sat down. He's putting in acceleration. Oscar Onley's on the wheel. Roglic is in third wheel. 3.7 kilometers to go, and we haven't even hit. Where is this gravel bit? I thought the gravel bit was a couple kilometers long, but we're on the steep sections now. We're in the steep territory. The road is as wide as a bike lane. And Oscar Onley is holding the wheel of Tadej Pogačar, but I mean, I don't know how long that's going to be for. As soon as Tadej Pogačar gets out of the saddle, I'm expecting a different outcome here. But Roglic is there, Mas is there, Carapaz is there. Who is out in the back? Someone from Tudor is there. It could be Welch. No Gal. Where is Gal? Gal is gone. No Seb Kuss either. I'm trying to look at no Scalmoza. Where has everyone disappeared to? Here we're back to the breakaway. Ramses de Bruyne, Andreas Kron. Diaz is still there. Sorry, I take that back on Diaz. Diaz still remains. Santiago Buitrago's there, but he looks as though he's struggling. Ramses de Bruyne looks the strongest in this one, so he's shutting me up there. I didn't think he would have. Don't think he would have survived this long in this climb, but he is still going, and he's actually opening up a gap to go solo. Andreas Kron, he's trying to close the gap, but This is here the all the cyclists at the side of the road cheering them on. Brilliant. Oscar Olney's still holding the wheel. Tadej Pogacar's going, but Oscar Olney's struggling to hold the wheel. A small gap opens up. Enric Mas now, he's got a gap from himself to Oscar Olney. He's out of the saddle trying to close it down. Oscar Olney's struggling. Come on. I'm not expecting him to hold the wheel, but just keep it going. Stay for as long as you can. I don't even know what group we're looking at now, but someone from Little Trek is really, really struggling here. Who is this? And where's Little... Why can't I find Little Trek's numbers on the... It was Patrick Conrad, so it was. 3.3 kilometers to the top of this climb, and Ramses de Bruyne has went solo. And talk about motor pacing, because he currently has about 6 motorbikes around him. He's literally got a motorcade. He's got 6 motorbikes around him. Very good. No, that wasn't Ramses. That was someone else. Whoever that was is getting the pull of a lifetime, because he had about 6 motorbikes around him. I thought it was Ramses de Bruyne, but he's out the front on his own. I thought Oscar Olney had made it with Pogacar. I believe that is Diaz. It is Diaz alongside Tadej Pogacar. How long will he be able to hold the wheel of Pogacar? He's got Santiago Buitrago and Andreas Kron up the road in his sights. And here we are, we're on the dirt path. Dirt path has been hit by Ramses de Bruyne. I need a camera on this other GC group, because, I mean, they're going to get caught. Tadej Pogacar's going to go solo. Give me some action here from Onley and co. .23.5 kilometers to go. 30 seconds is the gap. 30 seconds from Tadej Pogacar to Ramses de Bruyne. 115 people in here, geez. So I'll say it again. If you're new, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe as well. Greatly appreciated. Join me, from now until next Thursday for live coverage of the Vuelta España. Get involved in the chat. Say what's up. I haven't really been focusing on the chat as much as today. The chat's actually been going fairly quickly today, so it's been hard to keep up with. Who is this? Is this Gal? It is Gal. There's Gal. Now, where is Gal in regards to everyone else? The camera's on Gal. He's got a group up the road, but who is in that group? Is that Only? It is. Only, Carapaz and Roglic. Gal has still got them in his sights. That road looks brutal. I wouldn't even call it a road, sorry. That path looks brutal to climb on, definitely in percentages like this. Camera pans back to Tadej Pogacar, and it just brings you back to the Strada Bianchi, just minus the white roads. We've got brown roads, dirt roads. Is Gal catching up, or is he... Gal looks to have found some momentum here. I don't know what happened and why he dropped, but I think he is slowly but surely catching up. He grabs onto the wheel of Andreas Kron, but where is... He's still got that extra wee push to go just up ahead. There's Ramses de Bruyne now, so he's going to get caught. He's going to get caught here. Yeah, Ramses de Bruyne has been caught, pretty much, put it that way. Ramses de Bruyne has been... Tadej Pogacar is now sat on the wheel of Ramses de Bruyne. Not for long, though, as he just passes him with ease. With ease, he passes him. 2.9 kilometers until the top of the climb, and Tadej Pogacar is on his own solo. Ramses de Bruyne can't even lock onto the wheel. There's a small gap opens up between them, and I mean, it's going and gone. I want a camera pan back here. Yes, Tadej Pogacar is solo, and we're going to get to watch him on the descent as well, but I want to see what's going on, because Carapaz... Oh, here we go. So there we go. Gal is caught up to Carapaz, Onley and Roglic. Enric Mas has actually broke away from those three, so Mas is up the road on his own. Yes, yeah. Mr. Vuelta España, Enric Mas, he has broke away from Roglic, Onley and Carapaz. Gal is just struggling to get the wheel of Carapaz. There's a couple bike links between them, but he's got no doubt he'll get back on. If he's not back on and they hit the descent, we could see a few issues for Gal. But Mas has gone clear. Mas is he's doing his own thing here. He's locked into the Vuelta España mode and he's gone. Now, I mean, he could get caught on the descent, but on this climb, we've got the time gap up now. So this is the time gap from Pogacar to Roglic, Carapaz, Onley, and Gal, 34 seconds. PCS are saying the gap from Mas to Pogačar is 30 seconds, so that would be a 5-second gap between them. I think there's a bit more than a 5-second gap there between Mas and Onley and co. Yeah, where is GC or Kuss? That is a good question. Where's a lot of the riders? We've no Kuss, no Skelmoza. That's about it. That's about it. I thought there was a couple more missing, but Gal catches back up. Roglic is leading them out. Oscar Onley looks as though he's struggling to hold the wheel of Roglic. There's Mas. He's now catching Ramses De Bruyne, but we were looking at the Onley group. Roglic looked as though he was riding away. Gal caught up. He went from third wheel into second wheel, and look, he's trying to close the gap to Roglic. Onley looked as though he was struggling there. Carapaz also looks as though he's... Oh, no, Onley's dropping. Onley's dropping. No, Carapaz is dropping. Roglic is on fire. Roglic is going away with Gal on his wheel. What Roglic are we getting here? This is... We've got Mas up the road. We've got Roglic chasing with Gal on the wheel, and we've got Carapaz and Oscar Onley dropping. Carapaz, I mean, I said it before in stage 4, but Carapaz is still getting out of the saddle, accelerating to just try and close any inch of the gap down. Tadej Pogačar, he's back on a trainer right here. We're watching the day in the life of Tadej Pogačar. There's sorry, am I reading that right? A 1:09 gap between himself and Roglic. It was 34 like 2 seconds ago. Maybe they've just got it wrong, but there's no way he got 34 seconds in that amount of time. Not even 40 seconds, actually. We're getting a bird's eye view here of what the battle is looking like here. Mas is up the road, but Carapaz is gone. Onley's past Carapaz now, and Onley's clawing back. This is this is brilliant. Onley is now out of the saddle, trying to claw back to Gal and Roglic. Roglic looks over his left shoulder as he's up the road on the others. The camera is currently following Carapaz at the moment, but Onley gets over that wee lip, and he's back on a bit more of a climb here. It looks as though he dropped the head slightly. Will he be able to catch up? We've got another camera angle of the cameraman dragging it along the ground. He's alongside Tadej Pogačar. He's getting a good look at that red bike. Carapaz now. This is just mountain biking at this point. This isn't even... This is just a dirt road. This is brilliant. Onley's up the road on Carapaz. Small gap between them. Carapaz actually closes quite a big chunk of that distance there on that corner. Now there's about a bike length between them. Carapaz and Oscar Onley are in a group. Gal and Roglic are gone. They've disappeared. They've said, Onley, see you later, mate. We're away. As Onley drops ahead, Carapaz comes around the left-hand side of Onley. He's now in front of Onley. Will he attack Onley? Will he be able to bring him back, or will he go himself to try and get them back? Who's this now? Who is this? Is this Ramses De Bruyne? I believe this is Ramses De Bruyne. Where's Enric Mas? I don't know. Enric Mas is just, he's went into his back pocket there and he's pulled something out and he's just completely shifted gear, and we're seeing a completely different Enric Mas compared to the rest of the season. This is a crazy performance from Enric Mas. He's built it up over the entire season, and he's just waited for the Vuelta España as he does every year. There he is. There's the man of the day. Enric Mas out of the saddle. I was going to say he's got 1.2 kilometers to go, but he does not. It's Tadej Pogačar with 1.2 kilometers to go. We've still got 22 kilometers to go of the stage. We've barely even took a chunk out of the kilometers left for this climb. There's Ramses De Bruyne in the sights of Gal and Roglic. Tadej Pogačar he's not at the top of the climb, but he's on the small descent at the top of the climb before he goes up again towards the top of the climb. If that makes any sense at all. Big barriers up on that corner, and rightly so, because that road it's like a tightrope, that one. Hopefully no one crashes on that, because that would be brutal. But hold up. Am I seeing this? Is Mas going to catch Tadej Pogačar? What are we watching? Mas has Tadej Pogačar literally just up the road. Is that Mas? I believe that is. Yeah, it is Mas. Mas... What is Mas doing? What are we watching here from Enric Mas? This is the performance of a lifetime. PCS are saying the gap is 20 seconds between them. That is the biggest lie. I'd say the gap is about 5 seconds. Mas is giving it everything. Yes, they're going to go uphill again. Maybe Tadej Pogačar looks over his shoulder and realises Mas is behind me. Let me quickly attack here before he catches up. Oh my days, Mas is going to catch him. Mas is going to catch Tadej Pogačar. What are we watching? I'm speechless. We've got a bird's eye view here of Enric Mas. Tadej Pogačar is in his sights. The Spaniard from Movistar, I cannot believe what I'm watching. You can say Tadej Pogačar's not going 100%, but I don't care what you say. This is unreal. This is so impressive from Enric Mas. The camera pans back to Gal and Roglic, who have just done. They're under the final steep section now before the top of the climb. Ramses de Bruyne is still up ahead of them, but Gal and Roglic, they're going shot for shot. They're swinging at each other. They can't seem to drop either of each other. Is Mas going to catch him? The gap is, I don't know, is the gap stagnated, or is it going up, or is it going down? But I tell you, this, I can't believe it. I cannot believe this. 20.9 kilometers to go, and Enric Mas has the entire country of Spain on his shoulders as he's got Tadej Pogačar, the giant of the sport, in his sights. I cannot believe what I'm watching. Enric Mas is out of the saddle. He's going to catch him. He's going to catch Tadej Pogačar. Yes, Tadej Pogačar might have an attack still left in him, but Enric Mas is catching. Enric Mas has caught Tadej Pogačar. What are we witnessing? What is this? What have we just witnessed? Enric Mas attacks him. He attacks him and he takes the 10 points at the top. What are we watching? I don't think Tadej Pogačar can believe it. He looks over his shoulder to see if anyone else is behind him. But no, it's just Mas. It's just the one-man army. Mas is on a mission. Mas is on a mission, and he's not giving up until he completes it. Here's Gal, Roglic. They've caught Ramses de Bruyne. They're going over the top of the climb now as well. Gal goes over first. Roglic in second. Small gap opens up to Ramses de Bruyne. And they're now under the descent. Where is Only? Where is Carapaz? I don't know. And to be honest with you, at the moment, I don't really care because Mas is with Tadej Pogačar. I can't believe this. I think I've said I can't believe this. I don't know how many times I've said it, but genuinely, I'm. What can you say in this situation? Enric Mas is leading out on the descent at the moment. Yes, if it does come down to a sprint, we did see Enric Mas in a sprint in another Grand Tour this season, and it was in the Giro d'Italia. Stage 11, he broke away, and it was against someone from UAE, that being Jonathan Narvaez. I think he's just got a bit of bad luck here, sprinting for a victory against someone from UAE. Now, I think he'll have improved on his sprint slightly. So he will. I think that the sprint will have improved slightly on Tadej Pogačar's. I thought he was doing an attack there on the descent. See if Tadej Pogačar attacks on this descent. He is as well. On a road like this, Tadej Pogačar wants to become Pidcock. Yeah, he knows Mas is struggling. No. Man, a gap has opened up from Pig. Oh! Oh, Pogačar's off road. He's went off the road. What's going on? He attacked Mas and he slipped up. He's went off road. Mas is gone. Yes, the gap is still there, but Tadej Pogačar's just went off the road. He didn't fall off the bike. He didn't crash, but he did go off road, and that's what he gets for trying to attack main man Mas. That is not what you wanted to see from Tadej Pogačar, but it puts it back on the level playing field between himself and Mas is going to feel a lot more confident on this descent, and we might see a more reserved version of Tadej Pogačar. But what is this is I can't. So we've got Tadej Pogačar attacking on the final climb, Enric Mas bringing him back, Enric Mas attacking him at the top, Tadej Pogačar attacking on the descent, and then going off road. If the field was wide enough, it could have been another Lance Armstrong moment at that point. But we're getting a replay here. You can see he hits the brakes, he takes it too wide, he goes off road, and he's lucky. Because a lot of those roads, on those narrow roads, you're talking a decent bit of a drop off the road. So he's lucky that pit he went off the road. There was no drop. So I'm glad for that. But Enric Mas is back at the front, leading him down on the descent here. This is the camera pans back to Roglic, Gal, and De Bruyne, who has caught back up. PCS are saying Oscar, Olney, and Carapaz are currently 50 seconds down. Roglic, Gal, and De Bruyne are 27 seconds down. But what has happened? I mean, obviously, Tadej Pogačar is a different breed, but are we seeing a reserved Tadej Pogačar here, or are we seeing a Tadej Pogačar that is feeling the heat from Spain that does not faze Enric Mas? What are we seeing? Like, what are we? Let me know what you think in the chat at the moment, because At the moment, I'm speechless. I cannot believe the stage we are currently watching. Right, here we go. I'm going to put a quick poll in the chat. That's not how you spell Pogacar. And let me know who you believe is going to go on to win this stage. Right, there we go. Pogacar or Mas or other. You know, we could see Roglic, Gal and De Bruyne catch back up. Who are you voting for? I'm going for Mas. I want Mas to win this. If Mas wins this, I will... I don't know. Poggy got that race brain and he just wants to win. That's respectable. No flats is kind of shocking, says Stephanie. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm surprised at that as well. I thought we would have seen one puncture. Well, we could have seen a puncture. Maybe that's what happened to Seb Kuss or Skelmoser, but Roglic is getting dropped on the descent here by De Bruyne and Gal. He's struggling on the descent as a gap opens up between Gal. What Gal is no good on descents. What are we seeing here? What is going on? If Roglic group comes back, Roglic can win the sprint. I agree with you on that. Blubby blub blub. I agree with you on that one. But honestly, 25 seconds is the gap. Is Enric Mas the new GOAT of cycling? Is he the next big thing? When Tadej Pogacar was asked about his form, he said, better not to say. Was he hiding in fact that he's not as good as we think? I do remember him saying that. I remember it was like a whole article that he was more open at the Tour de France and how he was feeling. And then when he was asked the question at the Vuelta, he kept it hidden. So maybe he is feeling something. He could be ill. I mean, we've seen Tadej Pogacar, you know, with knocks and injuries and illnesses before, and he's still as good as he is now. But maybe we've just caught him on an off day. Maybe he's saving himself for tomorrow because tomorrow's stage is a lot more, you know, uphill and mountainous compared to this stage. Maybe he's, you know, a lot of people said that he gave the win to Evenepoel in the Tour de France. Maybe he's feeling generous. Maybe he wants to give Mas a win. You know, we won't know until he gets the interview at the end. And then even when he does answer that question at the end, we still won't know the answer to it. So we'll never know the full and 100% truth unless Tadej Pogacar just comes out and says, you know, I was feeling awful today. But 15 kilometers to go, or 15.1 kilometers to go. Here we go. We've got a camera on the Carapaz group. It only is not with him. Someone from Astana is though. No Oscar Only. Oh dear. Who is that with? It's Lorenzo Fortunato. Is that Lorenzo Fortunato? Is he wearing the number 1 at Astana? It's Harold Tejada. It's Harold Tejada. That is not what I expected. Who's in the front of the race? I don't want to shock you when I say this, or Samir. Don't want to scare you anything, but it is Tadej Pogacar and Enric Mas as a duo. I know Mas was not out the front on his own. It was actually Tadej Pogacar who was out the front, and Mas caught him. We're still on the descent here. We've still got the two giants of the sport, Tadej Pogacar and Enric Mas, out the front on their own. The gap is now down to 20 seconds between Roglic, Gal and De Bruyne to Pogacar and Mas. So it's went from 25 seconds down to 20, so they are gaining time back. And I think the main reason that they may catch them here is probably Ramses De Bruyne. On the flat, I probably fancy my chances with Ramses De Bruyne in the breakaway than without him. But Gal looks to have improved his descending quite a bit there if he was dropping Primoz Roglic. Who's at the head of the race now? Tadej Pogacar and Mas. They're still at the front. Tadej Pogacar is in front of Mas at the moment, going down the descent. 13.4 kilometers to go. Oh. I thought he went down there. Oh. Just the way Ramses De Bruyne took that corner there, I thought he just went. Don't forget as well, if you are new, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. Get involved in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking of the stage, but we are witnessing greatness here from Enric Mas. So we are. 18 seconds now is the gap, so I'm expecting the race to slow down here slightly on this descent. And but I tell you what, the Roglic group isn't they're not letting up on the descent. Neither's Tadej Pogacar, because Enric Mas is having to get out of the saddle here to stay with him on the descent. So Tadej Pogacar still knows what he has to do. He still knows what the mission is, and he still probably will go on to win this stage. But for the meantime, 12.4 kilometers to go. Tadej Pogačar and Enric Mas out the front on their own. An 18-second gap behind them is Primož Roglic, Felix Gall, Ramses de Bruyne. 35 seconds down on the Tadej Pogačar group is Carapaz and Harold Tejada. Oscar only was with Carapaz on the climb. So they were just showing a replay there where Enric Mas was putting the hand out and telling Pogačar to calm down. He was telling him to calm down. That is not something you would have expected to see from Enric Mas telling Tadej Pogačar to calm down. But as I was saying, Oscar only was with Richard Carapaz. They're showing the replay of Tadej Pogačar going off-road there. I still can't believe he did that. Where was he? Oscar only was with Carapaz. Carapaz caught back up, and then I think Only's just hit a wall. So he has. Does it end on a climb? No, it ends on flat road. So it should be a sprint, Steve. If it be a 2-man sprint or a 5-man sprint, we will have to wait and find out here what sort of situation we're looking at the bottom of this descent, as the gap is now down to 16 seconds. Gall's at the front of the group of 3 chasing them. Ramses de Bruyne is in second wheel and Roglic is in third wheel. Carapaz currently has Harold Tejada in front of him on this descent. And Carapaz is getting out of the saddle to even keep up with Harold Tejada here. But the descent should finish with about 8 kilometers to go. So I think we've only got a couple kilometers left off this descent before we hit flat. Could we see, Roglic getting the time trial position, claw his way back with Ramses de Bruyne and Gall in the wheel, or will he not risk that? When you look at the GC, Enric Mas, he's 11 seconds behind Primož Roglic. Roglic right now currently is 14 seconds down, but when you add the Tadej Pogačar gets the most combative rider of the day. I would have given it to Mas, but to each of their own. Roglic, he needs to. I'm trying to work it out in my head, because if Mas finishes in second, he gets 6 bonus seconds, so then that puts it up to 20 seconds. But if Roglic gets third, he gets 4 bonus seconds, so then it goes down to 16. So Mas, if the time gaps stay as they are, Mas will go into second, provided Roglic, no matter where Roglic finishes in the sprint for third, he still goes down into third. So Mas will go into second. Oscar only, Seb Kuss. Well, Gall 7 seconds. Yeah, Gall should move into fourth, actually, with Kuss only dropping out. Carapaz will probably drop it as well, but he'll stay above Kuss and only. So we are seeing a lot of changes here in the GC. We're seeing a lot of big changes. Well, not really big changes, because I don't think anyone's. Here, I'll tell you what, De Bruyne could move into the top 10. So, and someone else, Harold Tejada, he's 5:30 down, so we could see Harold Tejada move into the top 10, because Jarno Vidar, Jay Vine, I think they dropped fairly early on. Well, Jarno Vidar was struggling to hold on. Skelmose, I don't know. It's same as Seb Kuss. I seen Lynn say in the chat, must have learned from Bernal. We need to get the missing posters out for Skelmose and Kuss to find out where they went, because I didn't even see them. Oh, PCS have updated. White jersey group, 1 minute and 30 seconds down. Seb Kuss, Oscar Only, Skelmose, Clement Berthet and Christian Rodriguez. Clement Berthet of Groupama and Christian Rodriguez of Astana. We have finished the descent for the front of the race. Enric Mas and Tadej Pogačar are still a duo with 8.6 kilometers to go. 14 seconds down is the Roglic group, but we have just got an update there on where Seb Kuss and Skelmose are, as well as Oscar Only. And PCS are saying they are in a group together. There's Ramses de Bruyne with Roglic in the wheel and Felix Gall in third wheel. They have got Mas and Tadej Pogačar in their sights. Are they going to be able to work together? Roglic now goes to the front. If there's someone here that is going to bring this gap down and bring them back, it will be Roglic. I think Ramses de Bruyne is done after that climb and being in the breakaway. Felix Gall, he's not going to get that aerodynamic position with them knees sticking out. He might actually take flight at some point. I think we might actually see him start to fly. But Roglic would probably be the only one that I would say is able to bring this gap down. And does he risk the chance of doing it and giving Felix Gall, them 4 bonus seconds when he could potentially take them himself? But is that what it's really going to come down to? Is Roglic really going to potentially let a possible victory slip out of his grasp because he doesn't want to give Gall 4 seconds? But then if he brings it back up, he might have nothing left, and we could see Gall, Mas finish with bonus seconds, Roglic finish 5th in the end, and Tadej Pogačar win the stage, and that's probably what he doesn't want to happen. I think would you have needed one more rider there? We've got cameras on the group of Only. We have got sight on Only, Kuss, Skelmose and Bertha. They are 1 minute and 27 seconds down. This is the coverage now, not just PCS. We have got finally footage of the three guys. We've got the virtual GC now, so Mas moves into second, 3:30. Roglic in third, 3:39. Gal in fourth, 4:17. Carapaz in fifth, 4:25. De Bruyne is in sixth, 5:06. Kuss in seventh, 5:15. Only in eighth, 5:17. And I didn't see he was 10th there. I missed that bit, but Enrique has to be freaking out. I think the whole of Spain is freaking out at the moment because you've got the greatest cyclist in the world and of all time at your race, and you've got the golden boy. You've got the golden boy, 31-year-old Enric Mas, giving it everything. He's turned. I don't know what switch is flipped with Enric Mas, but this is just a completely different breed. And this is what you want to see from Movistar. This is what you expect to see from Movistar. And I'm glad we are seeing it. Hold up. How close is that bike to Enric Mas? Talk about giving them a draft. Literally right behind them. 3 motorbikes behind Enric Mas and Tadej Pogačar. Why is there 3? Why are they so close? The gap is now up to 24 seconds for Roglic, De Bruyne and Gal. So it looks as though potentially you could throw the motorbikes potentially helping. I'm not going to confirm nor deny what I think on that, but the motorbikes could have a wee part to play in why the gap has went up 10 seconds since we've hit the flat. But then again, Tadej Pogačar is just a beast, like, so if Tadej Pogačar was solo, he'd probably still bring this gap out. But I think we're going to get a two-man showdown between Enric Mas and Tadej Pogačar, and I mean, I'm all here for Enric Mas. Harold Tejada and Carapaz are going to bring back here. Now, this is the thing. No motorbike behind Roglic and co. And Harold Tejada and Carapaz are catching Roglic, Gal and De Bruyne. And they've got no motorbike behind them. But Tadej Pogačar was with Enric Mas with 3 motorbikes behind them. Pardon me. Tadej Pogačar, he's at the front. Enric Mas on his wheel. Mas is probably... I'd love to know what's going on in the mind of Enric Mas at the moment. He now goes through to the front. He's probably sitting going, this is just deja vu. This has just happened to me in the Giro d'Italia, and I'm not letting it happen again. I'm telling you, Enric Mas is winning this. Enric Mas is winning this. Let me see the poll. Tadej Pogačar, 79%. 79% for Tadej Pogačar, 11% for Mas, and 10% for other. You just have to hope and pray that Mas gets this. 7 years since the last sprint for both Pogačar. So 7 years. The last time those two had a sprint against each other was 7 years ago. Oh, you're right. Oh no, hold up. The last 2-man sprint, Enric Mas has lost. He's lost. Oh, I feel bad. He's lost every single one from 2021. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's been in 6 2-man sprints since 2021, and he's lost all of them. He's lost 2 to Tadej Pogačar, 1 in 2022, 1 in 2023. The first one was at Il Lombardia, the second one was at the Vuelta Andalucía. He then lost to Roglic in 24 at the Vuelta España, then lost to Almeida in 2025 at the Itzulia Basque Country, and then most recently there lost to Narvaez in 2026 at the Giro. Harold Tejada and Carapaz have caught up, so they'll be happy with that. 33 seconds is the gap. What? How did Roglic, Gal and De Bruyne just... Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're just completely stuffed. Maybe... Are we going to see Mas... Oh, don't want to jinx it. No, I'm not going to jinx anything. We've got 4.3 kilometers. It still says 15 on my screen. Of course it does. I'm going to change it to 3 just to keep things normal. Mas might just be happy to take second. No, not having that line. Mas is going for this. Mas is winning. Mas is getting this victory. I'm all in for it. We're going to see the battle of 2 giants. Tadej Pogačar and Enric Mas. We've got 3.8 kilometers to go. What are the odds Mas beats Pogačar in a sprint? I'm saying Mas is the favourite. Mas is the favourite in this one. I thought someone dropped there from that Roglic group. No, I think the odds are like heavily stacked against Mas here. Like, it's probably like 100-1 for Mas to win this sprint. He probably wins it 1 out of 100 times, maybe not even that. But it's that one. It's that one that Enric Mas is going to hold on to. Skelmo, so they're showing the virtual general classification again. Skelmos is in 9th. I should have actually looked at the top 5 on that one. I missed the top 5. I wanted to see where Carapaz and co are now that they have caught up. 3 kilometer banner has now been hit by Enric Mas and Tadej Pogačar. No matter the outcome of this stage, yes, Tadej Pogačar is going to be the favourite for this one massively, and he's probably going to win it. But no matter the outcome, I mean, Enric Mas has just pulled off something a lot of people, I'd probably say everyone in this chat, in this stream now, is no one expected. Nobody expected this performance from Mas, and I tell you what, he deserves a pat on the back. He deserves a beer after this. It's yes, it's only stage 6 and it's not over, but he deserves to be thrown up on the shoulders and paraded around the town at the finishing. 2.5 kilometers to go. Tadej Pogačar is still at the front. Enric Mas now coming up alongside him. He's going to take his turn at the front. The gap to Roglic's group that does contain Roglic, Gal, De Bruyne, Carapaz and Tejada, 31 seconds down. 1 minute and 40 seconds down, so 1 minute and 10 on that Roglic group is Seb Kuss, Onley, Skelmoza, Clement Berthet and Christian Rodriguez. That is how it is currently looking. What is that camera angle and how do they just pull that off? Hope you're getting paid for the ads I'm getting today during the stream. I think I am. I got accepted to the partner program, so I've turned ads on. I don't know how it's working. I want to go back and watch the stream and see how many is given out, because I can adjust them, I think. But I just stuck it on default to see how it plays out. So I think I am getting paid for it. I hope I'm getting paid for it. But yeah, we've got 176 people in here. If you are new, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe as well to the channel. Welcome to the Final K if it's your first time here. I'm going to be live again for the stage tomorrow in the Vuelta España. We do have another cracker one. Hopefully we see another performance from Enric Mas like this, but we've got 1.7 kilometers to go, so I just wanted to say, like and subscribe. I'll probably say it again at the end of the stream, but it is, it's been a stage to remember. It has been a stage to remember. There's the Vadar group now. It's 3 minutes and 20 seconds down. We've got an update on it. Getting bombarded with ads. Hope you're getting well paid for them. All right, I think I can adjust it, so I'll see. I will try and figure out what I'm dealing with here. But we're into 1.4 kilometers now. 37 seconds is the gap for Roglic, Gal, De Bruyne, Carapaz and Tejada. So they're gone. They're out of the race. It is down mano a mano. Tadej Pogačar and Enric Mas. The Slovenian giant, the best cyclist in the world, Enric Mas. No, Tadej Pogačar, and he's up against Enric. 1.1 kilometers to go. 1 kilometer to go now. Please, Enric Mas, do not go in front of Tadej Pogačar. Get in the slipstream. Come on, Mas, get it. Bit of action going on here. I thought someone was attacking there. They weren't. It pans back to the Roglic group. Get that out of the way. I want to see this sprint. And now we're back to the Seb Kuss group. They hit the 2 kilometer banner. All due respect, get out of the way. I want to see this sprint between Pogačar and Enric Mas. I think Spain will probably go into cardiac arrest. All the Spanish cycling fans will go into cardiac arrest if Mas wins this. Can we get a camera back on Pogačar? Here we go. Here we go. I don't know how many... I can't see that, how many 100 metres. I just see the 2 zeros, so I don't know how long's left. But Tadej Pogačar is leading them out. Come on, Mas. Kick in the gear. Find something. Give him a fight. Give him something. You've done all the work. You've caught up. You've stayed with him. Just give it your all. Give it something. Final right-hand bend for these two riders. Is that 200? What? 350 metres to go. The sprint's going to open up very soon. Come on, Mas. Come on, Mas. As Mas opens up the sprint, he's in the sprint behind. Tadej Pogačar opens up as well. Will Mas be able to get round him? He's not going to be able to get round him. Mas is still in behind. Tadej Pogačar is absolutely ripping it here. And Tadej Pogačar wins stage 6. He wins stage 6, hand in the air. All hope is lost. All hope is lost. Enric Mas finishes in second. He's my rider of the day after that performance. I mean, no faults in it apart from the sprint. But Tadej Pogačar wins it. Here's the sprint for third. Felix Gall's leading them out. Carapaz in second wheel. Roglic in third wheel. De Bruyne is in fourth. Tejada in fifth. Who's going to open up the sprint between them and who's going to win it? Gall coming around the final few bends here. This is the last one. Who's opening it up? Is it going to be Roglic? Is it going to be Carapaz? Carapaz and Roglic both out of the saddle. Here comes Harold Tejada and Ramses de Bruyne. Felix Gall also opens up the sprint, but it looks as though it's going to be Carapaz. Carapaz goes clear. Ramses de Bruyne is on his wheel. Will he be able to come round him? I don't think he's going to be able to. As Carapaz is going to go. Is it going to be Ramses de Bruyne? Oh, I don't know who got third. So I'm going to wait to figure out who got third there. I'm obviously going to wait for the top 10 as well. But what a stage! What a stage! Tadej Pogačar, he's looking down. He cannot believe what's just happened. Yes, he won the race, but Enric Mas has just almost beat him to it. I can't believe it. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm expecting a lot of people to drop out now, so don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and all that stuff. I will be live again tomorrow for stage 7, so get involved in it. Turn notifications on as well, so you know exactly when I go live and you can join and get involved. Thanks for the brilliant stream. Sorry for Enric. Great effort. See you for the rest of the Vuelta. All the best, Ian. All the best. Eddie Merckx got third. I'm pretty sure Ramses de Bruyne got third. Here comes the group of Seb Kuss. Scalmos is throwing the bike on the line. That is Scalmos. I don't know. Maybe he thought he was out the front or something. I'm not sure there, but I will go through the top 10 here. I've got the top 7. I think I might be able to work out the top 10. But here we go, top 10. So the top 10 for stage 6 in the Vuelta España. Tadej Pogačar takes the win. They're just showing a replay there of Enric Mas and Tadej Pogačar shaking hands after that. Unreal. But Tadej Pogačar takes the win. Enric Mas in second place, only beaten by a couple bike lengths by Tadej Pogačar. Ramses de Bruyne finishes in third, 46 seconds down. Carapaz in fourth. Harold Tejada in fifth. Felix Gall's in sixth. Primoz Roglic took seventh. Christian Rodriguez in eighth, 1 minute and 38 seconds down. Clement Berthet in ninth. Scalmoza in 10th. Seb Kuss 11th. And Oscar Onley in 12th. So there's the top 12 actually, rather than the top 10. But that is the end of stage 6. That is it all over. And I mean, what a stage indeed. What a stage. I can't believe it. Where is the general classification? Let me see if I can get it up. It'll probably take a while. Yeah, it'll take a while for it to load up. But I believe Mas goes into second place in GC. Will he be able to hold it over the next couple of weeks? But yeah, I'm going to wrap the stream up here now. Like I said, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be live again tomorrow. So join me for it. Hopefully we see another performance like that from Enric Mas, and he's able to catch Tadej Pogačar and beat him in a sprint on a climb. That'll be very interesting. But what a 10 out of 10 stage there. All thanks to Enric Mas. I can't believe it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all for joining. If you did get involved in the chat, or if you were just watching along, I appreciate you joining and watching along. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Kat, Stephanie, Empty, Shelley, Jam, if that's correct, Cramden. It was a very good stream, a very, very good stage. I still can't get over it. But that's a wrap on stage 6. That is it over. Yeah, thanks for watching the Final K. I will see you all tomorrow for stage 7. Where hopefully, like I said, Enric Mas can pull something off yet again. He wasn't able to do it today as Tadej Pogačar beat him in a sprint for first place, but I held out hope for him. He was my rider of the day, and we move on to tomorrow's stage. So thanks for watching the Final K, and I will see you all tomorrow. All the best.